Good morning, student. This video is for class 7th. In this video, we are going to learn the use of conditional control statement in QBasic programming language. Okay. Now, students, this QBasic programming language is not a new language for you because you have learned this basics of this language in the previous year, that is when we were in class 6th. As you know, this QBasic programming language was developed by Bill Gates and Paul Allen in the year 1975. This is a very user-friendly and easy to learn programming language, very suitable for beginners like students. And what is the most advantageous feature of this language is that it provides a window-based platform for the development and execution of the QBasic program. It is a compiler-based high-level language. Okay, this all we know. We have learned this in class 6th. Now, let us quickly refresh our memory about some of the most frequently used QBasic commands and statements that we frequently need while writing a program, and one of that is your let statement, right? As you know, this let statement is an assignment statement used for storing a value in a variable. Now, how do we write that? We write let a equal to 5. The meaning of this statement is, in the memory, a variable a is created and that stores 5. Similarly, when I write let $n equal to, let us say, Asha, then in the memory a string variable with the name $n gets created and that stores the name Asha. Okay. Now another one, next statement is your input statement. Now this input statement is also an assignment statement used to store values in a variable during the program execution. That means when the programmer wants to provide keyboard input to the program during the execution process, then he or she makes use of the input statement. Now there is a difference between input and let in the sense that let stores value in the variable during the development of a or writing of a program, whereas input will take the value for the variable during the execution of the program. So let us quickly refresh our memory how it is written. So input, let us say enter 2 numbers. I am sure all of you are able to remember this. Suppose say A, comma B. So here are the 2 variables. So on executing this particular statement, in the memory 2 variables will be created by the name A and B. Now next suppose I write sum equal to A plus B, and then this is a question mark. This stands for the print statement. You can write the question mark or you can write print also. The print sum and then end. My program writing is completed. Now as you can see, only I have taken the variables. I have not given any values. Now when I go for executing this program by using the function key F5, then I will see on the output screen the cursor will be blinking. That means it is waiting for me to give 2 numbers that have to be stored in the 2 variables A and B. So for example, if I give 5, so this 5 will go to A, and then if I give 8, so this will go to B. Then sum A plus B. Sum A plus B is in the memory. 5 plus 8 will get added and that will be stored in the variable sum, so that is 13, and on reading this or on executing the print statement print sum, it will print 13 on the screen. Okay, then the next one is your print statement. As you have seen in the let statement, in case of let statement and in case of the input statement, that print statement is an output statement. It is used for printing the result or output of the program on the screen. Okay, so let us come to the topic. The topic is conditional control statement. Now students, in our day-to-day life, we come across many situations where depending on the result or outcome of a condition, we have to make some decisions and we have to make some or take some actions, right? So for example, let us say your parents say that if you score 90% or more in your board exam, then you will be given a mobile phone, right? So you see here the condition is securing 90 or more than that, and based on this condition, the action to be taken is to provide you with a mobile phone or not. Understand? Next is, suppose say another example we can take, say your mother says that by today's evening, if you complete this much a portion of math or in history or English or computer, then you will be allowed to watch your favorite TV series. So you see there can be numerous examples where we take many actions, we may make many decisions based on a particular condition. So same thing happens in a program also, where the output of the program is determined by the result or the outcome of a particular condition used in a program. So now what you have to understand is what is a condition and how it is affecting the result or output of the program, then which statement is used as a conditional control statement in QBasic. So to answer the first question, that is what is a condition? A condition is nothing but a relational or logical expression that results in true or false. I repeat, a condition is nothing but a relational or logical expression that results in true or false. For example, I write 5 greater than 3. Now this is a relational expression. The result is true. Now such type of relational expressions can be used as a condition in the program. For example, I write 3 greater than 5. This is also a relational expression, but for this answer is false. Now, if I write 5 greater than 3 and 2 equal to 2. Now this is a logical expression because of the logical operator, the use of logical operator and the answer is true. So the point is, a relational or logical expression is used as a condition in a program that results always in true or false, and depending on the result of this condition, a particular action is taken by the program. Okay, now coming to the next question, what is a conditional control statement? Now this is nothing but a statement that is used for including a condition in the program, and this statement is used by the programmer while writing the program to include a condition, and the result of that condition will determine the course of action in the program. Okay, now in QBasic, the conditional control statement that is used is called as if-then statement. Okay, the conditional control statement that is used in QBasic is if-then statement. Now this statement can be used in 3 different forms or 3 different ways. The first one is if and if-then statement. Second form is if then else statement, You can write in uppercase or lowercase also. Then third one is if, then, else if statement. Let us recapitulate our discussion through this presentation. As you see, conditional control statement. The first question is, what is a condition? Answer is, a condition is a relational logical expression that results in true or false. The second question is, what is a conditional control statement? What are its types? Check the answer. Conditional control statements help the program to take action based on the result of a given condition. The condition used in these statements result in true or false. Depending on the result, the conditional control statements enable the program to select a particular set of statements for execution while ignoring other set of statements. Okay, so the result of the condition only decides which block or a group of statements will be executed and which will be ignored. So ultimately affecting the determining the output of the program. So the statement used is if-then statement, and it can be used in three different forms. First one is if-then statement, if-then else statement, and if-then else-if statement. Let's learn if-then statement. As you see, explain the use of if-then statement with syntax and example. This could be a question, and the answer is, if-then statement is a one-way conditional control or decision-making statement. It takes a condition, and if the result of the condition is true, then it executes the statements present after the then statement. If the result of the condition is false, then the statement is not executed. And here the important thing that you have to remember is, it does not provide for any alternative course of action in case the condition is false. It only says if the condition is true, then some particular statement will get executed, but it does not say if the condition is not true or false, then what is going to happen. Okay, now let us understand this with its syntax and example. So students, the first form of the conditional control statement is simple if, then statement. As we have seen the presentation, that this is a conditional control or decision making statement that takes a condition. If the result of the condition is true, some statements get executed, otherwise it doesn't specify what will happen if the condition is wrong. So let us understand its syntax or the format of writing this. Now very easy. It starts with if, the keyword if, followed by the condition, which is nothing but a relational or logical expression, then the keyword then. And if this condition is if true, then what will happen, that you have to write just after the then statement. So some statements, right, this is the, and this will end with and if, that marks the completion of the if and then block. Let us check some example. Let us say I have a variable a that is storing the value 5, and I want to add another 5 to the existing value of a in case the value is 5. That means I'll write if a equal to 5, then what I want, 5 more will be added to this variable a. So what will I write? A equal to a plus 5, right? And then print a. I have to end this with end if statement and end. Now what happens here is, in this statement, in the memory, a variable a is getting created that stores the value 5. Now what I want, that to the existing value of a as 5, 5 more will be added if a is storing 5. That is what I want. So for that means the condition is a has to be 5, so that another 5 will be added to it. So how do I write that? It is a condition, so I take the help of the keyword if a equal to 5. That means the value stored in a is, if it is matching with 5, then what will happen is another 5 will be added to a. So a equal to a plus 5, this will be done first. The 5, what is a initially? 5. 5 plus 5, a will become now 10, and that 10 will get back and get stored in a. So this 5 will be overwritten with 10. Okay, now print a. Here students, I have written the uppercase a, and previously I have written lowercase a, but that makes no difference to it. So print a means on screen it will show me 10 as the answer. Okay, so in this particular example, here this is the condition. As I have already told you, condition is a relational or logical expression. Now this is a relational expression, this is the equality operator. Now because this condition is true, that is why these two statements that are present after the then are getting executed. Now it does not provide what will happen if this a is not matching with 5. For example, if I change this to 15, right? Now then it does not say what will happen, because this will not match, and then these two will not get executed. Followed, because these two are present under the if part of the condition. Let us take one more example. Now in this example, let us say we will store the name of a weekday, and if that happens to be Sunday, then it will be a holiday. That holiday will come on the screen as output. So using simple if then, right? So let us say I write let $W equal to Sunday, right? And then I want to check if the string value constant that is stored in this string variable is Sunday, then holiday will get printed, otherwise nothing. So how do I do that? For this is the condition. Condition is the value that the string constant stored in this string variable should be Sunday. So here I put the condition if $W equal to Sunday, then print, you know this question mark stands for print statement, print holiday, right? And then I just end that. Here this block of the program or this particular code of the program does not specify what will happen if I am going to change the weekday name to some other name other than Sunday. Here in this particular example, $W is storing Sunday. So this is condition is true, because condition is true, whatever just after the then whatever you have written will be done. So on screen output, if I check memory and output, in the memory $W is storing Sunday, right? And then when I come and check this $W storing Sunday, the answer of the condition is always either in true or false. So in this case, because $W is storing Sunday, the answer I get is yes or true, right? That have to be checked in the mind. And when your mind is giving the answer true, then execute the statement written after the then. So what is that? Print. Print means on the screen what will come? Holiday. Right? Now if I change this, right? If I change this to, let us say, Monday. Okay. Now instead of Sunday, $W will be storing Monday. Right? Now then let us check the condition with that. If $W Sunday, no, because $W is storing Monday. So here the condition is becoming false. Because the condition is false, then part will not get executed, because the definition says if the condition is true, then part will be done. Otherwise it does not say anything. So because this is wrong, then part will not done mean this part will be not getting executed, and then the program will stop. It does not provide an alternative way or alternative course of action or alternative course of action that has to be performed if the condition is false. Okay, so it only says what is the thing that the statement that will be executed if the condition is true. False part, no reference to that. Okay, so with this I conclude this video. Rest of the two forms will be discussed in the next video. Thank you so much.